We have a week one rematch between the NFC North rivals, Chicago Bears versus the Green Bay Packers. This is going to be an absolutely phenomenal game here. It's awesome to see these types of games where teams that play week one and then play the final week of the season and see just kind of where both teams are at. And the Bears, both teams have had kind of like a roller coaster 2023 season. But the Bears, it's like we knew they were going to be bad, and then it's like, holy cow, like can't believe how bad they got. And
Yeah,
then now all of a sudden it's like they remind me of the Lions of last year. I don't want to play this team at all. Like
no,
if I'm a playoff team, I'm glad the Bears are eliminated. And at the same time, too, Packers are like lots of questions. Could be middle of the road team. Turns out in the middle of the season, nobody likes them, and then now they've just gone on a tear and now control their own destiny. If they win this game, they are in the playoff here. Potentially could even move up to the sixth seed if the Rams lose to the Niners. So we're going to break down the Bears Packers game. But before we do that, like, subscribe, help us keep growing our channel here. We're trying to get to 3,000 by the end of the playoffs, so by mid-February. It would be great if we could hit that. So like, subscribe, and Ryan, this game here, the Chicago Bears, once again, they're going to be the talk of the offseason. They control the number one overall pick.
yeah,
And they absolutely hit the DJ Moore trade out of the park. Well, because then also now they have the number one pick. And then you still get DJ Moore, who is criminally underrated receiver, I think, because of he just had some horrible
yeah.
teams that he was on in Carolina. Now you put on with Justin Fields, and they played so well this past month and a half since Justin Fields has come back. Uh, they might potentially keep Justin Fields. Like
Yeah.
it's a very real possibility. When you look at this Bears team, and what do you think they have to do to come out victorious and definitely be some spoilers come Sunday afternoon against Green Bay?
The biggest key for me is just going to be the rushing attack of the Chicago Bears team. Their being their personnel in the trenches is actually really good, and they are just really solid, like kind of all
Mm-hmm.
around. They don't have any one guy to me that's like a superstar, but they just have five quality guys. And you look at Green Bay's run defense; they are the fifth worst run defense in the league, giving up almost or just over 2,100 yards so far this season. And then I think you look at the Bears have a top 10 rushing offense.
Yep, I'll
Uh,
double check here.
yeah, I'm looking at it right here.
Not only top
Uh,
10, top
they're
two.
top two, and so for me, I think if you go in and you run the ball, this is going to be really hard for the Packers to stop them. And then I think you also throw in the passing attack that Justin Fields has developed as of late with DJ Moore. Darnell Mooney is questionable for this matchup, but Cole Kmet as well, I think, is a fantastic tight end, and they've just done a really good job of assembling really explosive and talented skill position players on this roster. And I really like what the Bears are doing. And on the flip side, I do want to give Matt LaFleur a little bit of credit here because they've been really injured. Still having this team at 500 and with a chance to get into the playoffs, I think is really good. Jordan Love has made tremendous strides this season. There were a lot of people come week 8 or 9 that were calling for his head, and I think now he's proved that he was worthy of that contract extension, and it looks to be a long-term starter
Yeah.
for them. I don't want to say a franchise guy, but I think he's going to start there for at least another 2 or 3 seasons.
As the joke goes, he'll be a New York Jets starter here in about 15 years.
Yeah,
So no,
yeah,
but he has improved a bunch, and that's been good to see. And this whole the Packers team is, man, they're going to be dangerous over these next couple of years because they're so young. Jaden
yeah.
Reed has developed it. He's one of their top guys. Christian Watson is an amazing receiver if he can just stay healthy. I even saw when watching the Sunday night football game, a lot of the offseason work he's going to do now. He's going to go see people and like, why is he having these hamstring issues? Because that's been his biggest bugaboo. I think he's missed 10 games in his career so
Well,
far through 2 seasons.
yeah,
And
and
so,
they've all been to his hamstring. I mean,
yeah,
this year I drafted him in the third, fourth round, I think, in fantasy, and expecting him to be a monster. And when he's been on the field, he's been great. It's just he's only been on the field for 6 games this year.
well, and I think that's the thing too. It was very easy to kind of rag on Matt LaFleur because it's like you have this rookie receiver room, and at the same time, then also your top receiver is out. The only one that really had like main experience as well. But you have this combination now with Christian Watson, Jaden Reed. Luke Musgrave has also been injured, but Tucker Kraft has been a solid tight end option as well. And if they can improve that offensive line a little bit, Aaron Jones is healthy now also. They're another team also I don't really want to see play. I would want to play against in the postseason because really anything can happen. They have this offense clicking when healthy, and that's the biggest thing. Jaden Reed did leave the game last week. He had a chest injury. It could have just been just precautionary because they were up, I think, 20 plus points when he did leave the game. It was at the beginning of the fourth quarter. But that's something to monitor as well. Christian Watson's status is something to monitor also. But by the game reports against the Vikings on Sunday night, Christian Watson said he would have played tonight, but it's let's just rest up for Week 18 anyways. Because there's still some things that he doesn't feel comfortable doing just yet. So this game is going to be phenomenal, and they're going to be going up against one of the best defenses in the league, as you mentioned already. The trade for Montez Sweat and that entire defensive front for Chicago. Aaron Jones is going to have to be ready to play and hope that he's 100%. And I hope he's 100% healthy, and so is everybody in Green Bay, because he's going to get hit hard. And if they're going to run the ball against him, he's going to have to use every energy that he has.
Yeah.
His defensive front is phenomenal. And this secondary has improved a lot for Chicago. Tyreek Stevenson is doing a good job. It's going to be interesting if the Packers are fully healthy in the receiving room. Just that chess match of how they try and navigate this very improved Bears defense. And then at the same time, then the Packers defense is going to be playing chess while Justin Fields is going to be playing checkers because he's just going to be able to easily hop over all of their pieces. He's just been playing phenomenally, playing lights out really since Thanksgiving. And you really kind of look at it too, looking at this Bears record. They should have beat the Broncos earlier in the season, should have beat the Lions in the first matchup in Detroit, should have beat the Browns multiple times. Darnell Mooney was literally an inch away, from catching that Hail Mary. And so I'm trying not to make a joke here, but this Bears team could have 10 wins. No, I know. Yeah. They could have 10 wins and it could have locked themselves in the postseason already. But it just, and I think people forget about that because they start off so poorly. They were so horrible.
Yeah.
I remember, I think the lowest point was it Taylor Swift's first game when everything broke that they were dating Travis Kelce. And then
well, they started out 1-5. And that Washington game in Week 5 was a Thursday night game. They hadn't won a game until since the last Thursday night game they played in Week 9 last year.
And they blew, and that's when they blew the Broncos game the week before.
Yeah.
And so, but I mean, I bring up the Chiefs game just because I remember watching that game and it's this team just looks pitiful. They're not even trying. That was the thing. And to see how much they've come from that moment to now, this NFC North is going to be crazy. Let's say Kirk Cousins comes back to Minnesota. This team was buzzing, and they were playing well. The Lions team is the Lions are going to be the Lions, I think, for the next couple of years, and they're going to get screwed by the refs. But then this Bears team, if they stick with Justin Fields, or let's say they trade Justin Fields and you go get Caleb Williams or Drake May, guys who are going to be better passers just objectively than Justin Fields. And then now you have this Jordan Love-led offense and this really young receiving room. This NFC North in 2024 is going to be phenomenal. But let's focus, though, on 2023, even though it is 2024 right now, 2023 season, as Packers need to win this game here. And let's get into our predictions as we kind of continue to break down who we think is going to win. But before we do that, if you have not already, like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified whenever we create new content. As I mentioned, right now we have big goals in 2024 here. We've grown our channel so much in 2023. We have a lot of off-season and pre-draft content coming out over these next several months. So if you want to see Bears and Packers content, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And Ryan, I want to throw it over to you. Who do you have winning this game and why?
So I'm coming out with the Chicago Bears here. I think they're the better team. They're the hot hand. They've won 4 out of their last 5. And I think you look at this rushing attack that they pose. Holy cow! I think they're going to run for 250 yards on this Green Bay Packers defense. I don't think the Packers defense is going to be able to hold up. I think this offense is really banged up, especially without Jaden Reed. Christian Watson is already on a leg and a half. If he's able to get healthy enough for this game, which I think them sitting him last week was a precaution for him to be ready this week. But I do think that the Bears are going to come out ahead in this one. Justin Fields is playing for his job. and if it's not in Chicago, it's going to be somewhere else. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting, but I really do think that the Bears will come out on top in this one.
It is eerily similar to last year. The situation Packers Sunday night, not Sunday night, but just at home, uh, final week of the season, going up against an NFC North rival, and that team's eliminated from the playoffs, but are playing super good football. While the Packers just need to win, and you are in getting to the wild card. And I actually think history is going to be different this time. I think the Packers, Jordan Love, are going to come out victorious here. This offense with Christian Watson on the field and with Jaden Reed on the field. Now you have Aaron Jones as well. It is a really good offense, and this is where I think Matt LaFleur it's taken time and a lot of frustration, I'm sure, for a lot of Packers fans. But I think they're going to win. I think they are going to get into the playoffs here. They control their own destiny. So I'm going to go with Packers here. Also, too, I'm 8 games down on you, so I need all the help I can get as we go into the playoffs here. But I really do like the Packers here. But I love the Bears also, too. I mean, I think the Bears in 2024, we're going to be talking a bunch about them. Many different ways I think that they can go after this game.
This is definitely off-season talk, but especially you look at like the options that they have with that first overall pick. So they could take Caleb Williams, trade Justin Fields for a late first, probably an early second, and with more attached to that. And then you have Caleb Williams coming into this awesome situation, or you trade the first overall pick to a team like New England, like Atlanta, that is willing to give you more future first plus assets now. And then I mean, you just start building on top of Justin Fields, and you can really tell that they've done a good job of doing that so far. So I really like what the Bears have going for them, and I think they close out the season in a strong fashion. It would be nice to see the Packers make the playoffs, but we'll just have to see. Maybe not this year. Maybe it will be. We'll see. So let's go ahead and wrap up this video here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below on who you think is going to come out ahead in this matchup. And other than that, we will see you guys next time.